kind of being in the entertainment industry and being tapped into kind of the pulse of everything that's going on, I kind of saw the switch from old media to new media, which is basically kind of what you guys are doing. I kind of saw that there's this big shift of kind of people's eyeballs. Like, they're always on their phones, you know, and they're always, when you're in the car, you're looking at your phone. When a commercial comes on, you're looking at your phone. So I kind of saw that as an opportunity, and I'm in the field already, and so I got a bunch of my friends together, and we started this company called Creator Edge, which is basically we connect brands to millions of people using the internet.
So I know when I'm scrolling through my feed, I see these advertisements with various influencers, and I can detect always when I know it's not them writing.
Of course.
And it feels sort of inauthentic. So what do you think nowadays, what's sort of the problem with brand influencer partnerships?
I think they're trying to do it the old way, which is just kind of throw an ad in someone's face and hope that they then buy it. I don't think that's how it works on social media. I think the most important thing to me for this company is making sure that our creators are, it sounds weird, are cool. It's not just about how many eyeballs you have, it's what the eyeballs think of it. Like the Kardashians, for example, like the reason that, or Kanye West, the reason that he sells so many isn't because he has the biggest following necessarily, even though he is huge. It's more because of his brand and the way that he kind of distributes like the stuff that he makes to make it cool, to make their friends want to wear it, to make everyone around you start wearing it, so then you want to wear it, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's really important to me that we do this right, and we do it in a way that doesn't compromise kind of like, because like I think people think that like that people are stupid, like they're just gonna look and be like, oh, like that's cool, like, oh, okay, yeah, we got it, cool, it sounds good, you're holding up that app, that's awesome, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like that. And so we're gonna do it the right way, I hope.
Yes, no, I mean, so I know you're sort of like tapping some people in your circle, like fellow Nickelodeon stars. Sure. Who are you looking to collaborate with in this new venture?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what we want to get a good team together as far as like clients go, and then we can collaborate vice versa. And it's not just about like getting the biggest names. It's about kind of maybe getting some smaller names and then bringing them up the right way, and then kind of trying to find the next Kylie Jenner, the next Madison Beer, whatever that is.
Yeah. You know, so, and it's a shift for you in terms of your career trajectory. Did you face any sort of opposition or challenges in that way? Like, were people like, this kid from Nickelodeon wants to do this company? What was that like?
I mean, there's like being a kid's star. You are a kid's, I get called like a kid actor. You know, you get this kind of like stigma of like all the things that have happened in the past from other kid actors. You know, and it hangs on you, and it definitely like is kind of like something that I'm working on, kind of paving my own path for that. But you definitely get a lot of like, who do you think you are, dude? Like, oh, you're a teen actor? That's cool. You must think you're a big deal, huh? Oh, now you're gonna start a company? What are you, like Elon Musk? It's like, no, I just, So I did get that, but you just gotta keep pushing and kind of put blinders on and just focus on what you know is to be true. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so exciting. And you mentioned Kardashians, Kanye West. Are there people that you're kind of looking up to, emulating, and learning from in that same process?
Yeah, I mean, I think someone who's really doing it right now is Alexis Ren. Do you know who that is?
I don't know. Who is that?
Do you guys know who Alexis Ren is, by any chance?
Please educate us.
Alexis Ren, something like that. She's a, do you know who Jay Alvarez is?
Oh, no.
So they made these
out of touch.
They made these cool videos where they would basically like go on these awesome trips and make very cinematic, awesome, cool content. They got a large following. I think she's got like 10, 20 million at this point. But the way that she has her own clothing brand, and she just wears the clothes in the pictures. You know what I mean? And a lot of these people, they look up to her as a style kind of. They like her taste and they like her look and they want to emulate her style. And so because of that, they then will buy. She's had a successful company off of that. Yeah. So that kind of goes to the example of it. Like, if I made a underwear brand, I don't think people would buy it. But it depends. Maybe they will.
I don't know. I feel like.
I gotta write that down. So it just matters about, you know what I mean. So it's vital that we do this right and we do it in a cool way and we keep the content cool and we're the go-to brand. I hope one day we can get to that point.
No, I mean, I think it's so smart. Like, that's just the way our culture is moving, and to sort of capitalize and monetize things that we're already scrolling through is, I don't know, it's striking while it's hot, I think.
Yeah, and it's totally, the internet is more about trends than TV. You know what I mean? Like, it's TV's more entertainment, internet is more like kind of pop culture. Does that make any sense? So that there's a big advantage there when you have a big name in pop culture. There's a big advantage of like selling that kind of brand.
I know you've sort of spoken about this before, but what comes with social media is so many positive things, but also some negative stuff. Cool. And it can be so toxic a lot of times. Yeah. And I know as a person in the spotlight, you must fend off a lot of that stuff. So what has that component been like when you're developing this new sort What is one thing that you've learned over the course of Henry Danger?
That's a good. I've learned so much. The one thing that I say, and it's okay. This is gonna be like so cheesy.
We like cheese. No worries.
Okay, this is like the cheesiest thing you've ever seen. But for me, if I could actually be honest with you and say like the biggest learning experience that I have had, and you guys can be like, oh yeah, good. I'm just ready. Is that when you get to a certain point, when you get to a certain place like of success, and like, because I always dreamed about doing it, right? And it's like I'm like, I want to be that, I want to be that, I want to be an actor, I want to be in the film industry, I want to make a lot of money. And then you do that, and then you realize that you're just the same person that you were before you had all that, that like you don't get that, and it's like all of a sudden, boom, I made it. It's really, and it sounds cheap, it's really about the one, doing it, and also like and also the people that you have around you. And also, like I feel like in trying to get it, sometimes you have such a good time in trying to succeed at whatever you're trying to succeed at, that then once you get it, you're kind of like, oh, I want to that was really to get a bunch of money that like then things are going to snap and you're just going to be.
Your company.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You have a lot of good people around you. Your brother's backstage,
he's such a great person, isn't he?
And you got a lot of big projects coming up. But I know this audience has some questions for you, so let's get it started. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
First, I want to say congratulations on your company.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I have a question about Henry Danger.
Okay. Hi.
First, I want to say congratulations on your company.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I have a question about Henry Danger.
Okay.
How do you feel about the show starring you?
Say that again. Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
How do you feel about the show starring you?
How do I feel about the show starring me? It's a lot of pressure. At the beginning, it was a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of work to do it. It's just a lot of workload, just because the physical work that you have to put into it. And but in the end, I guess it pays off because I get to do things like this, and I get to meet people like you. So yeah.
Thank you.
I imagine, being the lead actor on a set, you really set the tone for the series, and that's a lot to have on your shoulders.
Yeah, you kind of have to fit into that role. You know what I mean? Because everyone kind of looks to you and they're like, "What do we do now?" And so you kind of have to do that. But luckily, the crew. I mean, like Dan has had that crew for so long. I mean, he's done like every Nickelodeon show ever. So he's had that crew, and they are just the best. Like the crew's the best. Like they're so. Like the thing is like a lot of crews, they kind of like, they're like, oh, there's a star, like we gotta, but they've had like Ariana Grande and all these people when they were super famous on Sam and Cat. So that for them, it's more about like, they're so used to just like having like the set dynamic, and they don't care what's going on outside the world. So like, it's really cool to, like Ariana came by set, and like you would think, like we were
oh my God.
We were so starstruck. We're like, oh my God, sorry. And then Ella was like, "How's it going?" And then like, "What's up, Ariana? How are you doing?" And like, it was like, she was like, "Hey, how are you?" Like to the producers, like a coworker. It's like, "What? What's Ariana?"
Yeah, I'd be on the floor. We have another question.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Thanks for asking. I was wondering, what was the best piece of advice you ever received, and from who?
Ooh. I don't know. Probably. Because,
Did Ariana give you any advice?
She texted me, and she told me, she gave me some advice about like the pressures of growing up, which I thought was really cool of her and unsolicited. Like she didn't need to do that at all. So that was really cool of her. So shout out to Ariana. Thank you for that. But the best advice I've ever gotten, I have no idea. I don't know.
Sometimes you don't know. It's okay.
I don't know.
Oh, we got more questions. Next question. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Since you're doing your show and you just started your business, how do you balance it all? Like, how do you keep yourself grounded? Good
question. I'm still figuring it out, if I'm being honest with you. It's a lot to deal with because of just like I have all my family dynamics, and then I have my show dynamics, and then I have the company dynamics, and it's just about, I guess, staying focused in what you're doing at the moment, and letting everything else kind of fall into place. Does that make any sense? So if you're doing something, it's all about what am I doing now? What am I doing right now? What am I doing right now? And then because if you're just thinking about everything else all the time, you're never going to actually kind of get things done, because you're always going to think about the next thing you have to do, and you're going to get overwhelmed. So I guess just focusing on like right now in the immediate moment.
Yeah, good advice. Next question. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
I was just wondering, I mean, since you've done these shows on Nickelodeon, so you're obviously someone that a lot of kids look up to. Mm-hmm. I was wondering, who is your role model?
That's a good question. Anybody in the world? I used to listen. I read the Steve Jobs biography, and I know it's cliche, but I really just like. I love Steve Jobs. I got a quote of him, and it's all framed in my room and stuff. So, yeah, Steve Jobs.
And before we go, we have one last question for you.
Hi, Jace. Nice seeing you again.
Hey, good to see you again.
I just want to say, how do you feel about being a co-founder of an organization that kind of like connects to the internet? Because as you said earlier, that we're always on our phones and stuff like that. So how do you feel about that?
I feel good. I feel it feels like we're kind of a little bit of pioneers in a new kind of like shifting world, and so that's exciting whenever you're kind of doing something that's a little bit newer and a little bit different. And so it's exciting because I get to finally kind of, I feel like I get to branch out, and it's awesome.
You the other day.
Huh?
It was fun going live with you the other day.
Oh yeah.
Well, we got to let you go, but everyone make sure to check out Creator Edge Media online, and also new episodes of Henry Danger. Give it up for Jace.